Shots Wrestling's entertainment champions. 16 days to NNTT squared. Bray Wyatt documentary coming soon. WrestleMania weekend's getting hotter. And yes, Mercedes Moné is all elite. All this and more in the room where it happens. But first, PCF about to tell ya.
Dude, check us out, HPC Bad Guys on your favorite channels, YouTube and Twitch. HPC Bad Guys on X, IG, your mother's underwear drawer, and definitely your vibrator and her bullet.
What? Yo, what?
We're there
That's
because we're bad guys.
That was unnecessary.
We kind of want to say I warned you, but we kind of warned you.
You're going into dark places, I see.
Let's go. It is a little dark in here, but we're going to brighten you.
All right.
Because there's so much to talk about today. We've had an amazing week of wrestling for the Asslin.
Shout outs to IG. I'm the only one. Yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Shout outs to everybody pulling up tonight. All the legends. All of
We out
y'all.
here, we out
y'all
here.
all came through on IG, on Twitter, on Twitch. That's right, it was X, not Twitter. But still, Facebook is coming through tonight. YouTube is actually coming through tonight. Yo, I appreciate all of y'all that took the time and, kicked it with the bad guys, because 'tis the season, right? 'Tis the season. It's my favorite time of
Tis
the
the
year.
season. This is a time where we get our gifts. We get our wrestling gifts. This is going to be the most busiest time of the year. The most
Christmas in
busiest.
March?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Really, it's in
It's always
April.
been
April
Christmas.
7th, April 8th.
6 and 7.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
I'm a day late and a buck short, but not for WrestleMania. The showcase of the immortals. This is where icons come to defy space and time. Legacies
once.
are smelted
Oh, schmeck.
and reborn.
I'm pretty sure I've had that in the past.
I bet you would. But you wouldn't have it without the bad guys, baby, because what's really happening is, excuse me, all right? What's really happening is this, is that the No Nice Things tailgate, what is it? Lot J, Lincoln Financial Field. Yes, I'm talking to you. If you are in the dirtiest
Jay,
state
for
of all
just hop
time,
on it,
if you
girl.
end up popping by to Philadelphia, come join us in Lot J on, what is it, April 6th and 7th.
Lot
That's
J.
right.
J for jump on it.
Oh, you better jump on it. That's right. Lot J, the bad guys are going to be there. The No Nice Things tailgate too, baby. And we're going to bring it to you live in living color. So if you want to see it in your face at the time, yo, we're going to have some
Yo,
accoutrement.
Diddy said that once. Diddy said
Oh, stop it. Stop it. But don't stop unless you stop by Lot J, baby. Because we're going to be out there, bro. We're going to have a little tailgate, little refreshments. We're going to talk some live shit. We're going to play some games, prizes, and so much more, man. Come join us. Just have a good time, bro. We just want to bug out. We want to bug out at the showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania. What a weekend it will be.
We might throw a sausage or two at your face.
Hey.
Wow.
Sausage or two, maybe 3. Listen, it's gonna be a good time.
There was no need.
If you recall, the first
no need for
tailgate that we had was a good time. A lot of cosplay, a lot of unexpected guests, a lot of
Yeah,
parties.
someone came dressed up as my mom.
Hey,
Wow.
listen, man, that was a good costume. I appreciate that one.
Yo, down to the underwear.
Right to Censor showed up. I remember that. Gotta love Right to Censor, even though you hate him. You hate him, but you love him.
But more than anything else, it was a great time to spend with a bunch of people with like-minded thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were having a good time waiting for WrestleMania. WrestleMania 40. 40 years of this shit. And we're going to do it live. One more again. Now, even if you want to talk shit, man, come talk shit. We just want to hang out, have a blast. Some games. We're going to pong it up.
Yo, beer pong it up. We got some cornhole too.
Yo, excuse me.
Hey, listen, man. We're gonna be very discreet about the holes that are gonna be there.
Alright.
But we're gonna have fun. We're
This is
gonna
why
have
we
fun.
can't
We're gonna
have
do things.
best
And
things.
WrestleMania, baby. We gonna talk about it because it's not officially locked in all the matches. We're gonna get into that later tonight as well. But there is already an amazing card booked.
There is.
So there's already a lot to talk about, and maybe some jewelry and some hardware to discuss as well. I don't know. I don't know about y'all.
What say you?
There may be some hardware that maybe some jewelry and some hardware
One would say
Excusa.
to
a
discuss as well.
Oh!
I don't know about y'all.
What say you?
There may be some
All I
hardware.
know
but,
is maybe some
I will be
jewelry
kept up.
maybe on
Oh,
there.
what the
It's
fuck?
disgusting.
What say you?
there may be some
All I
hardware.
know is
You guys can tune in
I
too.
will be
You guys
kept
can
up.
tune in. Maybe check out
What
our
the
OnlyFans.
It's
With and without.
there may be some
all I
hardware.
know is
You guys can tune in
I
too.
will be
You guys can tune in. Maybe check out
What
our
the
OnlyFans. With and without.
There may be some Bray Wyatt, ladies and gentlemen, which WWE will release pretty soon with no raisins. Not one raisin will be in this documentary. I promise you.
That was awful. That was really bad. Peacock, April 1st.
It's not raisin cock.
It's called Becoming Immortal. That sounds like something you've heard before. Becoming Immortal, scheduled to debut April 1st, 2024. Not a game, not a joke.
Not a game.
Not a joke, not an April Fool's joke. It is real. Man, there's this clip of JoJo saying the best thing Bray Wyatt was a father. That was the one that was like, they cutting onions up here.
Who cutting them onions?
Yeah. So it looks to be one of those that will touch you because, man, just Bray Wyatt as a mind, as a soul, as a spirit was just so positive. Apparently, such a just positive person to be around. Infectious attitude.
Yeah.
I like that. And everybody had something positive to say about him. So that's gonna be a tough one to watch. I think.
I want to say that it's been a year since he stepped out the ring, because it was around this time last year where he was having health complications. Because if you remember, he was feuding with Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
They were
and
supposed to have a match at Mania.
this was post Rumble, him and LA Knight. This was rumblings of him going to Mania, and then it never
against
happened.
Lashley didn't make the card because
Yeah, remember that? Wow.
and a few months later.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's unfortunate, man. So I'm equal parts devastated and excited to watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be one hard watch, like you said. But nonetheless, I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm glad that a lot of people are upset too, by the way, that he's not in the Hall of Fame. A lot of people getting the kind of idea that maybe this is some kind of compensation for not putting him in the Hall of Fame this year, but I don't know about all that. I
Are they
just think
not putting him in the Hall of Fame,
I
or
think
are they just
Hall of
not
Fame or
yet?
not? You have to have this documentary, you know?
I would assume so. I think that even if it doesn't, I don't know. I'm glad that the documentary is coming out, whether or not the Hall of Fame happens. So I'm not. He deserves to go to the Hall of Fame at some point. I don't know when that might be. If it's this year, great. If it's not, it's coming.
Right.
I think that is coming. So I'm just cool that we get to see this story right now.
Yeah, man. Like, let's enjoy what we do get, right? Not dwell so much on what's yet to come, because it's coming.
Because it's coming.
I don't think it's not coming.
So then we should get excited about something that is coming. Because, man, let me tell you something. Because WrestleMania weekend, man, I get why The Rock does it. Them goosebumps, baby, is serious. And when you're sitting, it's not just WrestleMania. And WrestleMania will give you plenty of hours worth of wrestling. If that's what you want, you're going to get it. However, this is the buffet weekend of wrestling.
Oh, my God.
Everybody and their mother has some different kind of wrestling style, wrestling presentation. Some people like their jokes. Some people like their serious. Some people like their blood sport. Blood sport, ladies and gentlemen, is coming to you live on WrestleMania weekend. Josh Barnett, and let me tell you, when they were in Atlantic City,
Hey, yo.
we saw Karrion Kross spitting ill-ass promo. I had Dave Bautista of all people,
yeah.
right?
Give me what I want.
Davey Boy Smith.
Let's
what I want.
go. So the fact that there's always a blood sport is just something to thrive on. If you have not watched Bloodsport, ladies and gentlemen, man, you're doing yourself a disservice. We take away the ropes and we just get at it. It's mat wrestling at its finest. You want some shoe style, hard hitting wrestling. And the thing about things
And Ding Dongi.
is that it's great to be in WWE. You get the paycheck, but sometimes you don't get the usage. And Shayna Baszler is a person that is going to thrive in the kind of environment that is fostered by Josh Barnett's sick and twisted mind at Bloodsport X when she faces Masha Slamovich.
Bless you.
Well, yeah, you're going to be blessed in watching this match, bro. It's going to be a hard-hitting blood fest. I couldn't imagine. I didn't know I wanted it until it happened. Until Masha cut her promo and we found out that this was gonna go down. So if you're not familiar with Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, man, you're gonna get familiar. More importantly than that, right? More importantly than the Russian Dynamite facing the Ace of Spades is WWE talent.
Yo, first time too, right?
Well,
besides the Nakamura, when he fought,
When he went to Noah.
when he went to Noah.
yeah.
To fight
Well, there was
Bermuda.
that too, and the thing is, no, WWE talent usually isn't on the card, but if you're in the area like you were last year in LA, you most likely would have seen some WWE talent backstage at last year's Josh Barnett's Bloodsport event. I remember seeing Carmelo Hayes and this guy with the show from NXT. Ah,
Level Up?
oh my God!
What are you
bro.
talking about?
From NXT, now he's on SmackDown. Has the Grayson Waller. The Grayson Waller was there.
Diablo.
Grayson Waller.
The guy
guy
was
with the
born
hair,
and then,
bro.
and then he had a whole career. And
He
then he
had
went
the
to
hair
NXT
and
and
the
then he went to
doggies.
WWE and then went to
Smack.
Smack.
Yes,
Oh.
man.
He's hurt right now.
Ese
Alright.
mismo.
Hey, JP, and a huge congratulations to
Yeah.
JP and his savageness. He's out here, baby, killing the game and
Woo.
having babies.
Hey.
Let's go, and a
Yo,
huge
that
Rock baby's
congratulations.
That
still
dick work like
coming,
that?
baby.
That dick what?
Those
You
rock
that
babies
big,
still
yo,
coming.
it's swinging, baby. So huge congratulations
Big
to
congrats
the
big
Savage
brother.
family
You already
and their
know.
new addition. I hope you get some rest. You gonna need it,
Oof.
baby.
For sure, man.
JP
God
said he
bless.
don't pull out. And I hope that the WWE talent don't pull out of these indie.
No.
Shows,
no,
man.
No.
I
I
really-
think Shayna's definitely in. You could tell this is Shayna's event. This is something she'd probably enjoy. But Masha also would enjoy this, and we were talking about it earlier. We're picky, we're spoiled, and we're used to what we used to. We would have enjoyed a better Masha promo to sell this.
First of all, stop talking to me like my parents, right? I'm just saying. No, but WrestleMania weekend is a big deal. I love the fact that WWE talent. I mean, to what extent we'll see,
Yeah.
right? But any WWE talent in the indie scene is just excellent. There's a lot to say about what's going on with wrestling as a whole, right? The creation of AEW and how it's created so many new lanes, so many new jobs, so many new possibilities for any talent to find employment. And now, and a lot of the complaint is, I don't get used. I'm here. I'm just rotting away, right? Some of our best years. Look at what happened with Dolph Ziggler. Not for nothing. I feel like that was a lot of time to be not doing your best performances. And and no knock on him. No knock on him. It just sucks that you get so much time to not be the main dude when you think you can be the main dude.
Doesn't that show a better work ethic though?
What you mean?
That he knew his role and he followed his role at least for those 20 years, I guess.
Wasn't he even on a handshake agreement?
I don't even know at this point. It's possible. Who knows, right?
I think at this point, I think leaving the company was great for him, and will continue to be great. And I think that it's only going to increase because I feel like because he was there for 20 years, he can always come back.
Yeah.
And
He's a
run
homer.
the same kind of like AJ Styles, like I'm cool just being a B player. I'm cool just putting on fantastic performances, always being a threat, but never be always the bridesmaids, never the bride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of money in that. And it sucks when you don't get the ability to make that money, right? You've got a contract. You were given the possibility to come out and perform, and you're getting iced out. That's rough. And it sucks when your boss may perceive something to be your fault. Maybe like a brawl out, if you will. Cry me a river, baby. Because Jack Perry is out here on his I'm frozen out. I'm frozen out. Yo, he's AEW apparently, according to Theo Meltzer, is on the outs. He's on the outs with Tony Khan. And Tony Khan is not a happy camper that is going to thrive in the kind of environment that is fostered by Josh Barnett's sick and twisted mind. Left the game. Thrive in the kind of environment that is fostered by Josh Barnett's sick and twisted mind. So you left the game. Thrive in the kind of environment that is fostered by Josh Barnett's. What you think?
Okay, a few things here. Now, do you feel it's his fault that CM Punk is no longer with the company? Because then, is that right there kind of absolves Punk of all his wrongdoings, right? Doesn't he have a hand in all of this still?
I don't think it absolves Punk. It's just like, all right, let's look at it from this lens, right? What would have happened back in the day when social media didn't exist, when we didn't know, I know it did, but think about how that played out. Look at this young kid. Who does he think he is, right? Like, I'm talking about like, 80s, 90s, 2000s, whatever. Yo, don't forget that Miz changed in the bathroom, right? In the general entry bathroom with fans and shit because the locker room was bullying his ass. Don't forget that people shat in people's duffel bags and in Jerry Lawler's crown. Don't forget, like, bullying and all that hazing happened. That was real. And here we got Jack Perry. For all intents and purposes, whether it helped in his favor or not, his dad is famous or was famous. He's out here, young as hell, kind of still finding himself, not really hitting, right? It's not like he's MJF.
He was a pillar.
Yeah, but he was a young green pillar that everybody was like, you're young and you're green.
Yeah.
But you're the future.
Yeah.
Keep your nose clean, kid. And here comes CM Punk, the hottest free agent in the game, probably the biggest name at the time, right? He's that dude. This Punk is gonna, cause trouble with that high earner with the largest salary, right? Not CM Punk, Luke Perry. Luke Perry. But Jack Perry. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree, but the perception, like in the 70s and 80s, that kid would have gotten his ass whooped.
Yeah.
This kid would have never wrestled again.
Yeah.
Jack Perry would be probably hospitalized. Let's be real.
Nobody would know.
Nobody would know. He would just be written out of the storyline or just never show up again. He'd probably be out of a job, blackballed, right? We'd see him in some NWA shit, like just getting jobbed out because everybody in the business is like, nah, son.
Yeah.
You picked the fight with CM Punk? So I'm not saying I agree, but back in the day, he would have been worse. It would have been much worse. So the fact that he's iced out just because Tony Khan is pissed, it might not be that bad.
So, he's still in the contract. He's still all elite until it ends, at least, right? You think they'll use him before that ends, or?
Yo, if you think about it, they don't even use his girlfriend on TV.
Damn. I don't know, man. I think time heals all wounds, and this is something that time can definitely heal.
But we'll get to it when we get there.
Oh,
AEW has gotten some big signings.
Yes,
that's true.
I don't think that they need.
They're not missing him. Yeah,
I don't think that
they're not missing him. So much.
I think that in AEW, that's it. He did, not to say that he won't come back. I mean, he probably will, but at the time, people need to leave. I was just saying that shit about Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Right? This makes your heart go fonder, right?
This is, yes, but he also needs to find himself.
Yeah, but how hard do you think it's going to be for AEW talent, AEW grown talent, to just get up and leave and end up in like WWE?
Jade?
What you mean?
Jade.
Cody Rhodes.
Brian
Cody's
Pillman?
a WWE talent.
Brian
I don't believe
Jade
that.
is an AEW talent that went to WWE, and she's an exception because of her.
Well, she
appearance.
hasn't wrestled yet, right?
Wait until MJF walks in there.
MJF has a very, very specific mic skill that sets him apart. What sets Jack Perry apart?
Skill.
From MJF.
Interest.
Interest? That much interest?
Yes.
Yo, hold on.
For
Attention.
WWE to pick him up
Attention.
after his stint with
Value.
with Punk?
Name recognition.
I don't think he has anything
Fair.
that strong of a quality to
Fair.
stand out.
I mean, name recognition. Who you talking about, Punk, or you talking about
No,
Jade?
I'm talking about MJF.
I'm talking about Jack Perry.
Oh, MJF.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew you guys were not talking about the same shit.
Yeah.
Because you
Jack
started
Perry.
throwing out a bunch of characteristics, and I was like, Jack Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Name and recognition. What are we talking
Definitely,
about?
definitely
90210 shit? Like, hold on.
Jack Perry belongs in 90210 Ho.
90210.
We can have nice things.
I would.
Look, Jack Perry needed to leave. He needs to find himself. Whatever the next step in his career is, it wasn't gonna happen in AEW. He did the Jungle Boy shit. This kid came in as Tarzan. That was great. That was cool. Now, when he tried to do the jacket kind of badass thing, I mean,
It was kind of it worked a little bit.
yeah, but we
Very
got
little.
Hook for that,
Yeah.
and Hook did it better.
Yeah.
So, and then he's not,
yeah, Hook did it better.
and he's not great on the mic. It's not like, it's not like Jack Perry grabs a microphone and you're like, oh shit, respect. Cause he's great in the ring. Like, yo, the kid is good. I'm not saying he's not.
But like you said,
He ain't drawing, though.
With time,
He ain't drawing CM Punk.
he's gonna get there.
Yeah, he'll probably come
He's
back.
gonna get there.
Time,
But it wasn't
he was
gonna happen.
all wounds, right?
Yeah.
All wounds.
All wounds.
Remember Drew McIntyre in 3MB?
Yeah.
Do you look back and think about that? If you look at him now, do you think about that?
I think about how Heath Slater is the most famous one of all of them. I'm just playing.
I feel like he had the worst deal.
Heath
out of
Slater?
all of them, and he was the leader
He was a leader.
of the 3MB.
It's because he's white.
Yeah, but he was the leader, but he wasn't world champion.
Nah, not world.
But who
champion.
was world champion?
Damn, the other two.
The other two.
Shit,
Minority.
that's crazy.
I have a hard time grappling with the fact with Drew McIntyre being the minority, but I feel you. But my brain's not accepting that as a real answer. But
He's Ecuadorian then.
but
He's from La Sierra.
yeah, just because you wear skirts don't mean that he could. Yeah, he's Scottish. But Jinder's, I know you do. Jinder had himself a run, and I think he's got respect. I think that he gets played out a little bit. It sucks when like you don't get closure in a situation. You know what I mean? Like he had this run, Jinder had this run, and it just
Closure's a big thing.
closure's a big thing. I feel like he couldn't seal the deal on making himself a legacy that was really something to be reckoned with. I think in pockets people respect him. And it just sucks when like it comes to a point where like, yo, you can't get that back. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I don't know, but we shall see. Time will tell. It reminds me of a story The Rock told not too long ago.
The great one.
The great one, talking about some of the struggles that he had with his dad, and
Yes.
how at the end of it all, like when his dad was passing away, he hadn't spoken to his dad in a minute.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
And a lot of their fights stemmed from the fact that The Rock wanted to wrestle.
Shit, a whole month over quote unquote stupid shit. Is
Yeah,
what he
that's
said.
what he said. He was like, yo, we just argued about stupid shit. Everything probably feels like stupid shit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? In hindsight, we just get stuck on like our ego and like it's too important to be right. Right? That you gotta listen to me, rah rah rah. And Rock and his dad was stuck on that. Rock knew he had some talent for this shit. You know?
Yeah, but his dad was fathering. You know, daddy was fathering.
Daddy was daddy.
Trying
yeah.
to you know set him up
But if you
where he
think
didn't have to
about
go
it, in
through
the
his
Rock
shit.
In the Rock short span, in those 4 or 5 years that he was in WWE, I think that he accomplished way more than his father's entire wrestling career.
Yeah, I mean,
But I get it too, like based off of
They
the
put the
show,
strap
with the
on him.
struggles that the father went through in his time.
Right.
he was probably scared and he feared for that for his son, right?
Most definitely.
So it's definitely understandable why.
Most definitely.
I think that we can all kind of reflect to a time where like that person in our life has told us, yo, don't do the thing you're doing, like the thing that you think is dope or whatever. Don't do that thing. It's not what's best. It's not what's most lucrative. It's not what's good for you. Whatever, right?
But here we are.
But here we are, doing our thing, baby. Dad, you don't know shit, man. Yo, why would he there for me, man? Nah, man. But he was daddy. So that's a tough pill to swallow, and it sucks when like you come to the end of the road like that without the opportunity for closure. We come back to that.
The end of the road. It's a long road.
Okay, a long road indeed.
And there are many roads, right? But the one specific Pacific road.
The Pacific Road.
That I'm most interested in is the road that will last about another 16 days.
16 days.
Sweet 16. It's in the title, baby. And yes, we have about 10. And only 10 so far. 10 confirmed matches for the most amazing, spectacular, stupendous. Oh, no, that was last year. But greatest WrestleMania of all the times this year. 10.
Yo, Philly didn't get its. Philly didn't get like a superlative. It didn't get an adverb.
I could be wrong that I didn't.
An adjective, I mean.
It, but I remember that was last year for sure.
Yeah, stupendous.
Stupendous was last
We don't
year.
get a ridiculous word to put in front of this shit. There, Philly, they were like, hey, Philly.
Home of the shittiest, brotherliest of loves. No, but I like the card so far. I'm not mad at it. Do we feel? Obviously, we feel the hype. We're excited about Mania. We got
Welcome everybody. My name is Kasabi from Showzone, and today
friends and family are gonna be there. We appreciate all of y'all pulling up and everything. But in regards to the show, how are we feeling about this build towards Mania? These matches on this card that's already written in right now, and television, right? Because we've been watching on TV. This last couple of weeks, we got 3 weeks, 3 Raws left, 3 SmackDowns left.
Excuse me?
The one of the 3 just happened now. We got 3 more SmackDowns left and 2 more Raws, and I think 2 more NXTs before.
Yo, for real, this motherfucker did long division.
It's just 33 and a third. 33 and a third shows left.
You should have started with that.
It's 33 and a third shows left for Mania, and I'm just like, I like what I'm watching. I there's nothing I can really hate on per se, other than maybe the women's tag titles situation.
Why? What's happening there?
But it's
That's
not
not
like
on the
the
card.
men's are doing much more of a thing either. I think it's kind of more filler too.
Well, the men are having like this whole cluster bang of what is it? Judgment Day, DIY, The Awesome Truth, and New Day against against 2 other teams as well.
Yeah, you got 2 more SmackDown teams that are gonna qualify.
in the cluster bang. I think that WrestleMania tends to it brings the best out of everybody. And we'll go through the card briefly and kind of talk about these 10 matches, I suppose, or kind of jump around. But tag matches specifically shine, I feel like, at WrestleMania. I think that when done properly, tag matches. Yeah.
And then you want to throw the ladders on top of that?
Ooh.
Take my money.
That's what you want? You want a ladder match here?
Take my money. It's a ladder. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 team ladder match. But yeah, it's definitely a ladder match. And I'm a sucker for them ever since they took them out. The Money in the Bank, I felt like it has to go with WrestleMania. There has to be, and I can't complain too much because they took out the Money in the Bank and it's not like they didn't give us ladder matches. They gave us Intercontinental title ladder matches. They gave us tag team title ladder matches. The Hardy Boys return. So Manny Manuel.
We out here.
And
yo, did you guys see that Matt Hardy was at Raw?
Was he?
Yeah, with him and Rebby.
Oh shit.
Yo,
Rock.
DK, he took a picture with everybody.
He had a
Yeah.
whole line
Oh wow.
of fans waiting to take pictures with him.
Damn. $3.99
$3.99.
the ticket for
My
that.
man is Moderno.
Moderno. Bien Moderno. I can't be
Sas.
mad at you. Sas. Yo, hermani de lo mío.
Yo, how about Bubba tweeting April 5th? We're free. He also tweeted
shit.
at WWE talking about what's up with entering the Dudley Boys in that tag match.
Damn.
Oh, word.
Take
Yo.
my monies.
I don't know if I want to see the Dudley Boys.
Listen, man.
I think he just wants to check.
I think now is the perfect time more than any. You mentioned it earlier. What surprises are we in store for this WrestleMania?
Think about who's headlining this Hall of Fame this year.
Head?
Who's head? Bobbleheads?
Headlining.
Then that reminds me.
Ooh.
Who's headlining the new Foco.com lineup for WrestleMania season? You got to check out Foco.com for all your officially licensed merch. We're talking about NBA, NFL, NCAA, MLB. We even WWE out here. Check them out. Foco.com, promo code HEEL10, HEEL10. You got to check them out. Their bobblehead game is crazy, baby. So if you know someone that wants some head, you got to go to Foco.com. You got to get that bobblehead
Just like chicken.
ASAPidly. Yo, chicken.
But
Yo.
Mania's surprises PCF. I think it's always something that we want. It's for every pay-per-view, not just WrestleMania, but WrestleMania is just that much more. We had Cody's return a couple years ago. I can only imagine what's rumored for this year's Mania, right?
I mean, one John Cena tweeted out that he's free.
Yeah, he got on somebody's show earlier this week or last week.
Yo, JP
Right?
said Swerve Strickland performing
Yes.
at Rolling Loud with
Yes.
CJ Perry.
Yeah, he took mad pictures.
Yeah.
But
CJ swerves when she drives. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Yo, 2 days of WrestleMania, bro. Yo, pull up, man. Stop playing get-ins and pull up. We tailgating on Saturday, at least night one.
Let me
You
give
gotta
you a jacket,
chill out
make
with the
sure I
bad
get
guys. You
some.
already know we're gonna be out there. But yeah, it's gonna be a crazy 48 hours.
Don't get under my poncho, bro.
Out there in Philly.
You know.
17.
But yeah, man. WrestleMania. It's the Christmas in March, April of every year, and this card looks like it could use some work.
Well, I'm glad you said that because WrestleVotes, you know they shoot, they don't miss. WrestleVotes has said, yo, he don't miss.
Hey,
We got 4 more matches to add to WrestleMania.
Four? Is that
more
confirmed? Yeah.
matches. That comes from him. Could
Okay.
could be, could not be, but 4 more matches to this 5-match a night card.
shit.
We're looking at 14 whole ass matches.
I ain't mad at it.
7 matches a
I
night.
ain't mad at it.
Yo, you
Two
still got the
pay-per-views.
women's tag teams?
You know how much money we pay for parking? We better get another 15 matches, and one of them have to be a parking lot brawl next to us.
Let's go.
I Philly, you don't want to reimburse our bills.
And that's why you gotta go to the No Nice Things tailgate, ladies and gentlemen. When is it?
April
6th and
April
7th.
6th, baby.
Put that flyer up, dog. Put
got
that
April
flyer up.
6th and April 7th, you better be in Lot J because that's where the bad guys are going to be lined up, setting up cups, setting up shots, and ready to go. We're going to be there pretty much all goddamn day, and then you can check us out. We're going to stream live from the parking lot. Tell us what you think. We want to talk to y'all. We want to talk to y'all. We want to be with the fans, baby. We want to be out here. We want to feel the electricity. The most electrifying man in the game has come back to wrestling. He has self-proclaimed made wrestling cool again.
Hey,
Let's have a
oh,
dope
you went there.
ass time.
Oh, you went there. You went there.
Let's go have a dope ass time at the No Nice Things tailgate.
'Cause
Yeah, I
wrestling is
went
cool
there.
again
Wrestling's cool.
because somebody said so.
Who?
Carlito?
Not The Rock.
Oh.
So apparently,
Talk
The
about
Rock
it.
has come out.
Yeah.
And do we have a picture for this? I think we have a picture on
Yeah.
this, right? Is there a picture for this shit?
I don't think there's a picture for this shit.
No, there's not a picture for this. All right, so whatever. The Rock comes out, and
Works on production.
he says that wrestling is cool again, right? That's where we get this whole wrestling is cool again from, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm busted open.
LA Knight on Busted Open goes on and says, it's been cool before you got here,
He
dawg.
said it was cool a couple months before you got here.
Yeah, we've been selling out
Yeah, but a
arenas
couple months,
before.
Yo,
So here's the thing.
that's the thing.
LA Knight
the
has been booked and been winning matches from the month of November to December on SmackDown. Maybe if you go to Cage Match, you'll probably find like 4 listed matches, something like that. One of which being, I think one of the last ones was a loss to Drew McIntyre in December via disqualification.
Okay.
Not to be seen on
Ever.
television since The Rock's day one return to WWE. Now, a lot of people saying that mic work LA Knight be doing is a lot similar to The Rock's, and this is why he's been kind of ousted on TV as of late. But how does that make y'all feel about LA Knight not being on television and not being used as so much since The Rock's return?
The Rock has taken up so much TV time that I don't know that I necessarily missed LA Knight, and I think that goes to the point of someone like Meltzer who said this shit, right? LA Knight is someone that elicits that nostalgia from the Attitude Era, and I think that's where he hit, right? And here comes The Rock now, and he elicits the nostalgia of the Attitude Era. I'm not saying that the LA Knight is a one-trick pony, but the horse that got him here is now a little exposed, right? So now LA Knight's got to do something. This is where he's at a pivotal point. He's got to take this shit to the next level, whatever that level is. I'm not saying he's not popular. He still gets his LA Knight pops, right? He's still out here making a name for himself.
He's about to fight AJ Styles at the biggest show of the year.
That's not a slouch. That ain't no slacking, but it is acknowledging that you're not the A tier right now. AJ Styles is cool with not being the A tier right now. He's gonna put on a great match, collect his paycheck by putting on a great match,
Dustin Rhodes.
and keep it moving. Dustin Rhodes felt strongly about The Rock. Yeah, JP. We retweeted that tweet from Dustin Rhodes. He had something to say about The Rock, so you guys should look it up.
Manny
Follow
wants
us on
a-
X, Instagram.
Manny wants
everywhere.
a women's match at Mania. So some great talent on the shelf. That's true. Because we still don't know what we're doing with Jade too yet. And Bianca, right?
Bianca, that's it.
Rumors are that Trinity and Bianca
We're gonna start.
my tag
Oh, my tag.
against the Kabuki Warriors.
I actually,
Okay.
I would have thought they were gonna fight. I saw a promo backstage with Bianca and Naomi where Bianca's telling her about Bailey and
Yeah.
feeling sorry for her and all of that. So it kind of looked like there was like a little bit of
Like a little
difference.
tension, like if she's turning heel.
Something like that.
She's
Something.
teasing it.
Teasing. Don't tease me with a good time. That's definitely could be one of the matches there. Don't forget the Andre the Memorial Battle Royal. Might be a gimmick match that they bring back. One of the four to expect.
I'm waiting. I am
Ugh,
waiting with bated breath about the
yes.
Andre the Giant
Yes,
Battle Royal.
indeed. The women's tag titles, are they decided yet or no?
No,
That's
just
one of the
card.
four. That's probably one of the four. Could be
You
wrong.
got the Legado de Fantasma versus LWO.
And
I'd
Rey
li-
Mysterio, right? He's got to be involved with that shit
Rey
somehow.
Mysterio. Then you have
Carlito, where he at?
Carlito might be involved
then
as
you
well.
have Bobby Lashley and what are these guys called?
Oh, the Hurt Business 2.0.
Yes, versus
Profits, right?
The
Final
Profits.
Testament.
Oh,
That might be a
yeah.
pre-show.
Dude.
Hey, listen. If there's time, there's time. Así viene sándwich,
Shit might
man.
be early.
Maybe not a sweat.
Shit might be early.
That
That
might be
sucks
an
because they
early
might
bird.
benefit from like a dark arena. You know what I'm saying? Like aesthetically, yo. Like if the lights were off and it was after the show. No, I meant like the vibe, right? Like the vibe.
The vibe is right.
Yeah.
The
They'd be
AEW
better if-
got some vibes for WrestleMania weekend. What are they up to, Mister, for Mania weekend?
Watching it. Hey, watching it because AEW, Tony.
I heard Tony Khan's gonna sit next to that the CGI guy, right? The green screen shit.
Nah, it's in the contract that he has to sit next to Mercedes Moné at every press conference. No, but AEW since the beginning, I think Tony Khan has been adamant about not running on WrestleMania weekend.
Okay.
Okay. I think that it's a great opportunity for people to make money and their name somewhere else. Everybody else is doing WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
It's layout.
If you're not in the big
Layout.
two, yeah, you can have the option to do so.
I look at it like gerrymandering. You familiar with gerrymandering, my friend?
Oh,
Can I school you for a second?
Can I do that on camera, or is that not? Is that frowned upon?
All right. So, when in the U.S. political system, right, when they want to kind of nullify a vote because the vote is big or it's mixed, right, what they do is like they kind of partition parts of a district or parts of a ward, parts of a district into wards, so that a bigger group might have a smaller vote. So what do I mean by that, right? In a perfect world, right, every group that votes, right, would be like 51 to 49% of whatever decision, right? And it'd be like kind of close like that. But in order to win big, right, what you do is you put a lot of the people from one side all together, and then 51% of the smaller side with the bigger side. So when the bigger side wins, they win big. But when they lose like barely.
Oh.
So what is that? That kind of evens the playing field, if that makes sense.
Okay. So it's not like losing bad. It's kind of like
it's like I'm the smaller vote. So when you win votes, you win big, so that you kind of waste your ammunition. You know what I'm saying? Like the more votes are coming on days where you or in groups where like you already dominate.
I got it. The more votes are coming.
Yes. All right. So I say all that to say this, right? WrestleMania is the big fish. They're the ones getting all the votes. You don't need to you don't need to fight that one. You don't need to fight that. What you do is you kind of set your vote to the side. You're like, yo, all right, I'll see you next weekend. When WWE is a little bit burnt out, when Indies dies out, I'm going to hit you hard weekend 2. The next one, when everybody comes off hot on this, next weekend you going to watch our shit because we got something for your ass.
Yeah.
Right? But go ahead, burn out on this one.
Oh, and there's plenty of time to do that with 48 hours of nonstop wrestling.
Oh, you're assling.
But I'll tell you who can watch and keep Tony Khan company and all the AEW wrestlers company the weekend of WrestleMania. It probably won't happen. But Nick Aldis can join the party and watch with his good friends in AEW because my guy has been labeled sidelined with an arm injury.
I already tripped, fell, and landed on his...
Hey!
Oh, wow.
On his sidearm. Surgery upcoming. He is in good spirits though, and he
said, what now?
Surgery is
it's upcoming.
Oh.
I thought that was Mickey's finish.
He was
upcoming.
He was gearing up before a behind the scenes role before this, and having spent months learning the ropes on how to become a producer. This just so happens to reveal its ugly.
He tore
face.
his bicep, bro. He tore his bicep. That sucks. But he's
those contracts.
Yo, that's what it must be.
Yeah, yo, it's the way you sign, baby. It's how you.
You know what I
don't
appreciate?
Don't be so aggressive.
I appreciate that right now we have two, I think, fairly strong or fairly interesting GMs, in a way that GMs are not like obnoxiously on TV all night and are forced. They're not hogging spot. They're not really taking spotlight. Like Aldis has
Their last names aren't McMahon.
Oh.
But even like when it wasn't McMahon, like it not for nothing, but like Sonya Deville and the other one.
The other one.
Yeah.
With the hair.
The one without it.
Oh, without
the
the hair.
bald one.
The bald one.
God damn it.
Adam
Cole, baby. Adam Pierce. God damn. Yo, whatever's in here, bro, you can have it. You can have the rest of that. Adam Pierce. is out here. And I think that it's not super obnoxious anymore. Right? I think when he was out here with like Sonya Deville, it was a lot of like character and shit. But now, like playing the role where like you're kind of bumping heads with the leader, you're kind of bumping heads with the Roman Reigns of the world and things
Right.
like that. I think that's it. Like you don't really need to be on screen all the time. That's more to like help smaller storylines kind of move along. I think like with the bigger storylines, they do a good job of laying out like, oh, you're not out here, you
No.
know.
But it's easier to stomach too. Remember, we're coming from surviving Michael Cole on the freaking laptop.
Word, and that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, these sets of GM, I think, this is what a GM should look like.
Yeah.
Both of them are doing a really good job, just being like enough of an authority figure.
Speaking of a good job,
Who did a good job?
Bianca at SummerSlam. According to Vince, he demanded that Bianca be squashed by Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. You all saw it, you've all witnessed it, and you all felt bad for it because Bianca was on a rise and had momentum. So much as that Becky Lynch acknowledges it and goes on and tweets about it as well. And she agrees. It was up to Vince that made the call for the squash. I mean, my bad. She put it in the book. But it could have been a tweet if it wasn't a book. But yeah, she felt bad and she redoes the favor. She pays it back at Mania. Bianca takes over and reclaims her throne at the top. I appreciate Bianca coming out and saying it in the book. I don't think she needed to. I think that it kind of.
You mean Becky?
Yeah,
It's Becky's book.
Becky's book. Bianca read it, but Becky wrote it.
I think there were like 3 or 4 times in that whole shit that he said the way he switched their names. I was like, hold on.
Oh man.
Hold on, yo. Se te cruzaron los cables.
The man, Bianca.
I think she did her right by paying her back at Mania and all that. So.
But what's interesting, I think, is like, well, no duh, right? Vince McMahon wanted the way the squash went in. He wanted to dictate that. It's interesting to see the fall of the McMahon empire, right? We see, like dirtiness aside, right? Like, let's not even talk about allegations and lawsuits and all that stuff, right? Just talking about like what booking is like and backstage atmosphere is like and how everyone's talking so positively about Triple H, how the product has improved, how we have a different style of presentation right now with WWE. We get like those long camera cuts. Did you notice Sami Zayn leaving the ring?
Yes.
And Awesome Truth coming in? And that was like 12 minutes of uninterrupted camera. There was no camera cuts.
The one I hate the most is the new entrance one.
I love that.
I hate it. When they're introducing inside the ring now, it's just a different angle. It's the simplest thing that they changed, and I hate it. I don't know why. It's just too sporty for me.
That's what. See, I love it. I love it because of it.
Yeah. I guess that's why we have Prime on the fucking ring now. Unfortunately, but hey, it is what it is. You know, we gotta grow.
But just everything as it relates to the McMahons, we saw Ronda Rousey have a lot to say about Vince McMahon recently, right? She talked about how it was a shit show with Vince McMahon, and they had like casting couch like environment, right? Like Ronda Rousey, I think that the biggest strength with Ronda is her mouth, right? She talks a lot, and I think in this it's a strength, right? She's able to and admits to being able to not talk with a sword over her head. She can say whatever she wants. She doesn't give a shit. She's never going back to WWE, right? But she doesn't care. She's gonna be like, yo, whatever. And if you want me, I'll come back, and you're gonna pay me if you want me, and I don't give a damn.
I also think it's this publicity doesn't hurt her book sales either.
Oh, that's
Like,
right.
To be honest, it could be stuff that she's overheard too. Like she wasn't in the company so long, and when the time that she was in the company, it's like I want to say it was the time where they were correcting errors already, or they were in the process of already knowing what to do to prevent more situations like that. All the stories she knows about happened before her time, so it's hearsay. she say, right? He say, she say, right?
I guess, but when, especially in the midst of like lawsuits and everything that's coming out and everybody that's talking and Ashley Massaro that's kind of been reinvigorated, just like all the injustices that have happened, and we hear from Ronda Rousey, like that's another one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it really goes to show you how like nobody really cares about Vince anymore.
No, definitely not.
Dave Meltzer goes as far as to say, you know, people have thrown in the towel on him.
Over.
We're not defending him
Ring
anymore.
that bell.
It's done.
Not the Wall
He's
Street
out of
bell.
TKO. When you ask the owner of TKO, he's like, yeah, he ain't work here. I don't even know that guy. You know, we see
don't even know
everybody
me.
kind of praising Triple H. You see everybody talking positively. You know, it just goes to show you, like, Vince is really being erased in the best kind of way.
Yeah.
From the annals of history?
From the where?
Yeah.
He's deep in there.
Well, that's part of the problem. But now it's not because he's gone.
It wasn't what was
He's gone. He's gone.
It's what
He's
was coming
gone.
out of it.
He was gone. He's gone.
The
Let me save you.
negativity
I already had a crave
is
case.
No, I'm sorry. I love you.
the negativity that Dave Meltzer reports is all over the place this week.
Dave is on a rampage.
He's on a rampage, especially with Sasha Banks here. He goes into
Allegedly.
Mercedes Moné. I'm so sorry.
Hey, watch your mouth, bitch.
Yeah, Mercedes Moné
CEO.
stirring up a lot of hate.
The blueprint?
With great success comes
trademark.
haterade, and they say if you're not making more haters every year, you're not doing it right. You got to be making more haters as you succeed. And he claims here that her paycheck is sparking some heat in the locker room backstage at AEW.
I bet. I'm an AEW original, man. But here comes this girl who's won 5 titles, and now she took my spot. Yo.
Oh, no.
All right. Yo, it's within... I think you're missing the point. I think you're complaining about the rules of the game. Here you are, you're playing the game, you're a player in the game, and you're like, damn, man, if only these rules were different. You playing the game. Those that draw will make more. Those that spark interest will make more. Those that increase their value will make more. Mercedes Moné is a prime example of the conversation we were just having about Dolph Ziggler. Not to say that like she necessarily hit a ceiling, but there wasn't really much more that she was gonna get out of WWE at that time.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, could she have been champion a couple more times? I mean, sure, I guess. But for her to, I think that this is something she's always wanted to do, right? Like the Japanese tour was something she's always wanted to do. I think she wants to be more than WWE, and the only way you could be more than WWE is leaving WWE.
I mean, she was part of the
Evolution.
No, she was part of that Disney series. What is it?
Oh, Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
She's doing her acting thing too. She's doing everything. She's got her hands on all the cookie jars.
And her cousin Snoop Dogg.
Hey, listen, man. Why
have to
not,
say
right?
it.
Try your best to get everywhere, get every
Because we got
bag, and she did that, and that's why she has so many zeros attached to that name, to that check, man. Like it's like who was it that said it on their show? Go get those 5 titles in WWE.
Bully.
Yeah, go
Bully,
make
I'm
that.
busted.
Go make that name for
He's like, you
yourself.
want to make Mercedes money.
Go make that career in WWE and then go back to AEW and then have your retirement match there. Where there and only there you can have someone the likes of Eric Bischoff critique your last match and just say, you know what? You're a great superstar. Maybe even legend. Heck, you probably were an icon. But yeah, that last one, just not my cup of tea. You know? And I don't even drink tea. So, there.
Twisted Tea, baby. I'm on my 4th Twisted Tea. This shit is crazy
Why
out
not?
here. No, man. I think Eric Bischoff just said words. Like, yo, I didn't like it. It was all right. Not for me. Cool. Moving, like, what's the hang up? What we crying about? That some dude that produced TV is salty that probably one of his biggest names just ended their career somewhere else. Like, I don't know if he's salty or not. He didn't like it. Or he wasn't into it. I mean, it does come off as like you just being a sour little bitch. But
It really does.
like, yo, just be and I guess at the end he's like, yo, as long as Sting was happy with it, then that's he's got to live with himself. But it's still like, yo, just shut the fuck up and be like, yo, congratulations. I'm hyped that he's hyped. Yo, I don't know, man. Be hyped for your boy. He made you money. Sting made you money. Hulk took that shit.
Hulk took the money, but you allowed it.
But you allowed it. Yo, man. Yo,
That's
stop
your
trying to
fault.
touch me, bro.
This is your fault.
Why you trying?
We out here, heels, pops, chair shots, wrestling's entertainment champions. 16 days to NNTT squared. Bray Wyatt documentary coming soon. WrestleMania weekend's getting hotter. And yes, Mercedes Moné is all elite. All this and more in the the lesser over
Brother needs
brother
to
needs
win. What is probably like the pristine talent. You don't get it. It may not be your year. You know, sometimes you try and try. You may not get that free agent. You may not get that signing. You may not get that thing you were looking for. Because maybe this year is not your year. The golden ticket. Can you believe that shit? Willy Wonka's that kid's granddad.
Charlie Bucket.
Charlie.
Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa Joe didn't
Was an
fucking
asshole,
walk
just
for
like The Rock.
years.
What an asshole.
He got a golden ticket, some chocolate, and he was like, I'm out. I'm out.
Ni se lo metió a la esposa.
Yo, my man was in a bed with like 6 other people.
Hey.
Talking about, I can't walk. I can't walk, but this morning wood is crazy. So sometimes you just miss the boat. Sometimes you don't get it. Yo, sometimes you just don't get it. You don't get the thing you want. And Triple H doesn't get the toys he wants. Sometimes you miss out on the big signings. You miss
But
out on
you
the big
say-
names.
But you say that he misses out, but when he has a returning legend like The Rock coming back,
It's a little hard with The Rock
he
and,
miss
and
out?
Punk. The timing was a little off with some of these names, but also I don't know if it's so much that he didn't get the toys he wanted. I think maybe he didn't know enough to want it enough.
Talk about it.
Reports have gone out and say that gone out that it's that Hunter is missing the signings of Mercedes Moné and Will Ospreay and
And the other one.
And the other one.
The New York Post has published an article.
Okada, ese mismo.
Bless
Okada maybe probably the most of all of those.
He would have won. See, he would have got la cara de uno, la cara de otro. But he didn't get no caras.
He got no Okada.
He got no
No, that's sin cara.
He signed no Okada.
Se quedó sin cara.
Don't we have his man?
Again.
Yeah, we do have
He re-signed no sin cara.
Yo, so the New York Post, right, it was like, WWE needs to look in the mirror after AEW's free agency. The only thing about writing that is that it negates The Rock. It negates a lot of contracts they retained. It negates things like Shayna Baszler and GCW. WWE, I think that historically, even when this podcast started all these years ago. How many years ago was it?
WrestleMania.
293,
31.
5, 6 episodes.
Since Mania 30, since the Mania New Orleans with Shinsuke and AJ.
We never updated that one. It just says 293. But
Oh shit.
it's episode 295, but it says 293. But it's 295. In 295 episodes, I remember talking about how the WWE doesn't know how to use its bench.
Apparently us either.
Yo, they're trash at rotating the bench. Like people sitting catering all this time. You don't need to sign every free agent. What you do need to sign is sign strategic free agents. Sign strategic names. Sasha Banks will be a bigger star for WWE when she goes to AEW.
And when she finally comes back.
And when she comes back, because she's already admitted, she said, ya la cagó. She told everybody, she's like, yo, when I come back there, it's going to be incredible. You know what that is? Yeah, I broke up with my ex. I'm with this new girl. Yo, but when I go back to my ex, man, it's going to be crazy.
And we're getting married.
That's crazy.
Fuck getting married.
Yo,
Oh man.
that's crazy. So it's interesting to me how we could be so aggressively like anti-Triple H when I think that all he's done has been incredible work behind the scenes. I think that the product right now is as hot as it's ever been. I think key people coming back and getting key highlights. I think using your roster in a certain way where people are still invested and interested in the background, and not just like shutting down
But you
Right.
said,
stories.
and you mentioned key free agents that matter, right?
Yeah, ves.
And if we keep in mind that there's still one hot free agent out there that we
Ooh.
haven't heard from since January.
Ooh.
And he just finished celebrating his birthday a few days ago, or a week or two ago.
Who that?
MJF.
Ooh.
No, but his stuff is all over AEW media and websites and all that. He's
Yo,
still an active
no,
member, isn't?
No, he's not.
Oh.
Merch removed. He's been removed off the active
Oh,
roster.
You don't say. I think this is the perfect season. I mean, time for him to rework his contract.
It's a long road ahead,
Long
and I
road.
think that
so
that would be incredible.
I don't disagree with none of that. I think it's true. I wholeheartedly agree that Triple H is fine. It's not a matter of he missed the boat or anything on this. You're negating The Rock. You're negating all the CM Punks, right?
That's racist.
What?
But can you use
That's crazy.
not getting these individuals this information on what they used, what they didn't sign for their future signee, the next person you're gonna bring in? Maybe that MJF. Maybe now your deal for MJF might be a little sweeter, knowing that okay, this is what Will Ospreay signed for. He would have came here for this. Sasha wanted this.
What gives something value?
Character recognition, name.
That varies,
So-
I think.
I think that's all in the eye of the beholder, right? Yo, you might look at a chick or a dude or whatever, and you might be like, "Yo, that's
Yeah,
a
dude.
10," and somebody else might be like, "Yo, chill, that's not. It's like a 6."
He must work out.
Right? You know what I'm saying? People have different likes, and I think that when WWE saw Ospreay, they didn't see him like he was gonna be that dude.
Right.
And I mean, time will tell, but right now he's killing it. But they didn't see that, and that's why they gave him a low ass offer. So even when you don't get the free agent, if you're not gonna use him right, or her right, then you shouldn't acquire the free agent, even if it's the hottest one.
Yeah, but they don't care about that.
Yes and no. I think that maybe Vince didn't care about that because I think Vince was like the Yankees of the old.
The hoarder, yeah.
Right? Where like, yo, I'm just going to sign this talent because I don't want Boston to have that talent. I don't want anybody else to have that talent. I want to have that talent. Right. I might not know what to do with them. He might be sitting on the bench, but he's the 12th all-star on the team. You know what I'm saying? He's the best sixth man on the team because I'm just going to have stars on my bench in case shit.
Studs.
Nothing but studs. And that does two things. Number one, it suppresses the value of the market, right? Because just when you got hot in whatever company you got hot in, I bought you and now you cooled off. You just been riding the bench. You ain't gonna go anywhere and really make some noise. Now with companies like AEW, there's a whole nother opportunity to make the bank, to break the bank. To Sasha Banks.
Monet. To Sasha Banks Monet. And that's all the damn time we have for Yo Monet today.
Wow.
Alright. I don't really have any chair shots.
Yo,
this week.
Heel of the week.
Talk to me.
Heel of the last year.
Oh.
Mr. Christian fucking Cage.
Hey.
Oh, yo, let's give a special shout out to that man for fucking the turtleneck wearing.
Oof.
Your father's dead saying.
Oh my God.
The patriarch, Megan, Nick Wayne's mom.
Yo, and she came out and everything, try to help. Can't get mad at her. That match.
Let me pop of the week for me too, and I'm really glad you brought it up. There are very few times where like you watch a match and you're like, yo, you can tell that they're having fun in their own way. Like they're enjoying this. You can tell that like this is something that they really thought of. They wanted it to be interesting, entertaining, valuable, valid, to be hard hitting, to tell a story, to do all those things. I'm really looking forward to Usos wrestling.
Yes.
But outside of the Usos, I was really looking forward to this in that same way. Those two combinations, right, the Usos and Edge and Christian, have probably been talking about having legitimate matches against each other, about their WrestleMania match or their WrestleMania moment, about having like the most fun time. I can imagine like what those car rides were like, going from one place to another. Yo, and then I would hit you with this, and then like I'd come up, bye. Yo, that would be dope if it was in Toronto. Yo, imagine like imagine we would. I'll probably find the hockey jersey. Yo, you put the other hockey jersey.
This past Wednesday night, last night was that conversation. Last night, in a nutshell, was those rides. A culmination of those rides.
It was that. I'm going to go, you know, it'd be really funny if you went to the girls' bathroom. Yo, yes. Yo, I'm going to make you sad quick because you put, all of that was like, you can tell that they had fun putting that together, that it was details, a very interesting.
Yo, and how many people they put over in this feud?
Yo.
That part.
The fans, jerseys.
That part. They put those over, right? You have Nick Wayne, you have Killswitch, who was like Luchasaurus. Without Jungle Perry, was like right?
Well, you know they were gonna be involved too, so that they get a definite push out of that too.
Not to say that there isn't a space for monsters in wrestling. It's just
the
dinosaur was corny, and without Jungle Perry it was even corny. Yeah. So now Killswitch is a different kind of monster. I can get behind that a little bit. Christian Cage doing the best work that anyone's ever done in a million years.
Jesus.
Oh my! The match itself, physically, they're jumping off shit. They're hitting each other with spike shit. Like everything is leveled up to 100. Fighting backstage, brawling backstage. The jersey spot, the bathroom spot, all of that was just so dope. It makes me really, really excited. Clearly, an unintended consequence of this is that it makes me really, really excited for the Uso match, because you know that they've been talking about that match since they were 4 years old, and they watched their family wrestle, and dad told them about wrestling, and they've seen wrestling their whole life. They've probably trained together thousands and thousands of hours, just them two, going over shit. They probably had 1 million matches already that no one's ever seen. So I'm just so psyched that we're going to get in what is probably like the prime of their careers.
Oh,
Right? Because,
yeah.
you know, Edge and Christian, like we're seeing this, they're 50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not to say that, not to knock the match.
These guys could
right?
be starting a feud this year at Mania. The Usos, and it could be something.
You
that
know we're going to get the
nobody-
rematch at Backlash.
Yeah.
Yo, but the
Or some
crowd,
song.
you know that's just gonna be yeet, no yeet.
Yeet, no
Yeet,
yeet,
no
yeet.
yeet.
Oh my God.
Yeet, no yeet.
I'm telling you right now. So y'all not surprised when we out there. I'm no yeet.
No yeet.
I'm no
No
yeet.
yeet.
No yeet.
No
No.
yeet.
Yo,
Yeet.
I gotta get me those yeet shit.
I'm telling you, yo, Jimmy, I feel like has to win.
I feel the same way. I feel Brett did it for Owen. I think the Hardys did it as well. The lesser over
Brother needs
brother
to
needs
win.
to get over on here, and this is the perfect way.
Main event, Jay.
I've said it so many times. They've been parallel for a while now that this match has been in the books, and all this time that they've been running, you've only seen Jay. It's only been Jay's show, the Jay show. Jimmy's had to come and interfere in his shit, in his spots. Jimmy has had no spots.
So you think it's time for Jimmy?
I think the Jimmy show starts at Mania.
Jimmy Neutron?
Jimmy Neutron, baby. Jimmy no yeet.
Jimmy
Jimmy
no
no
yeet,
yeet.
baby.
Yeet.
At Mania.
Jimmy no yeet.
And we
I
gonna
don't
see
care.
y'all there for sure. But we got a few more stops along the way. Maybe we got 2-3 more stops.
Next week we're
But,
stopping in Chicago, if you know what I mean.
Hey.
All right.
Shout out to my boy Punk. That Punk.
If you ain't on WrestleMania, I don't want to see you.
Wow.
Rock, heel of the week. I mean, you know, honorable mention. Just every week he's doing great work. I'm psyched. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
Give some
this
props.
is
I'm loving it.
Yo, and shout out to another pop of the week, McIntyre's shirt. Take out Punk, win Elimination Chamber, win the World Heavyweight Champion, and become the WrestleMania Savior.
Savior,
Oh,
yeah. That's
okay,
a
okay.
WrestleMania Savior
those are all the
shirt.
checklists.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's a
checklist on the
checklist.
back of his shirt.
Hey,
That shit is dope.
I don't know who's gonna save it, him or Priest. One of them's gonna save this year's Mania, but we gonna be there, baby. Live.
Priest.
Huh?
Priest is a name. That Money in the Bank time. Woo!
It's a
Ladies
wild
and
card,
gentlemen,
baby.
no nice things too. Stop
Hell,
playing. In 16 days. In 16 days.
That's more than
You're
2.
gonna get, there's more than 2 days. It's less than 20. We got 16 days. You're going to be watching the Bad Guys live from Lincoln Financial Field from Parking Lot J. We're going to be out there. Come join us if you're there. Watch us if you're not. We're going to have a blast, and we want you to join us, bro. It's going to be incredible. What is it, April 7th?
April 6th and 7th,
Let's go,
you piece
bro.
of shit.
Damn, I keep forgetting April 6th.
Don't be though.
Yeah, I'm going to get there a day late in the bucket. Yo, me and R-Troop going to ride on the same Uber.
Yo, but on some real shit, check us out. Favorite channel, Heels, Pops, Chair Shots, HTC Bad Guys, Twitch, YouTube, X, Twitter, OnlyFans, MySpace, Mi Gente. Check us out wherever.
Subscribe and like, hit that button right now. Follow us on Twitch, SoundCloud.